Hey loves, Tracy and Dara here with a special video for you. Today I'm interviewing Rilling, who's the founder of a nonprofit called World Peace Tribe and a game called Peace Sticks. We're going to learn about his projects and hear about his view of how we can get to world peace.
Okay, aloha friends, here we are live, Ojai, California at Libby Park, and we're gonna play some peace sticks and talk with you all.
Woo!
Here we go. So we'll start with the opening ceremony.
Here we are taking 3 deep, slow breaths while holding eye contact to begin our Peace Sticks play.
Inner peace.
Inner peace.
Outer peace.
Outer peace.
World peace.
World peace.
One love.
One love. Hope. Need music. There you go. Well, there you go. Loving rainbows. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I brought a peace stick. It says World Peace Tribe on it.
Oh, so beautiful.
And one of the uses of a peace stick is a talking stick, and I learned this from different Native American traditions as a way just to help ourselves center and listen and allow our highest truth to come through our heart and through our voice to express, and so that the entire process of sharing is like a learning opportunity for everyone, and we learn as we speak. So happy to be here, and happy to share and connect with everyone watching this, and with you and Dara. And, it's a beautiful day in Ojai. It's like really sunny and pretty and not too hot. The trees are green. Just saw a really beautiful red-shouldered hawk fly and land up in a tree. So good vibes here.
That's awesome. I love that you brought in the peace stick as a talking stick to help us center and be more in our center, really, which is where like our power comes from, and align with like our individual truth, and feel like that's where peace and healing comes from, is when we're coming from that place. So there's so much we can learn from you, so I'm so excited to hear more of your story. What was the spark that ignited the creation of World Peace Tribe?
Well, it's probably like billions of sparks from the earliest light of the universe, and through a lot of beings. And for me, I've always had a very big love and close connection with nature. Both of my parents studied plants, and I spent a lot of time on hikes learning about plants, and I really loved animals since I was young, and my degree's in biology. So I feel like it's always been part of my life to care for nature, and I think especially at this time on Earth, it's really at like the center of everything I'm doing, because I know that the wellness and happiness of people is also directly connected to nature. And this game of peace sticks came to my brother and I about 18 years ago on a hike with my dog, and we spontaneously picked up some sticks and started throwing them, and entered into this like really deep flow state or moving meditation, where we were just throwing the sticks and felt like Jedis or ninjas, and really didn't have any thought around it. We just started doing it, and started watching our bodies kind of do these miraculous things. And when we finished, felt like we were just so energized and in this state of awe and a really powerful connection between us. And we grew up surfing and skating and playing sports and like just playing together a lot, so that was a real natural energy for us. But yeah, from that one moment of playing, that has evolved through the years into teaching methodology and kind of like a holistic way of sharing energy, of being with another person that's centered in giving and receiving in balance and awareness and presence. And I've had the opportunity to bring these workshops and methodology into a lot of different places, tons of schools and conscious festivals and corporate team building and rehab centers. And it's just been this really neat journey of showing up somewhere with a bunch of sticks and holding hands and breathing and showing how to play and getting everyone to play and helping them find their flow, and then being in a circle and listening to what they share. And every time I'm learning, because it's like every human being has a unique energy and unique experience, and every time we play with someone we learn something new about ourselves. And in a sense it's like we almost develop this ability to be flexible, to adapt, and to interact in harmony with a lot of different people or a lot of different things, which is also really one of the keys of nature, that like every ecosystem you've got all these different organisms that are like interconnected and giving and receiving energy. And I think that as human beings that is really, really healing for us, and it feels really good, because with so much technology and so much stuff going on in our minds, sometimes we get that feeling of being like isolated, or our bodies even kind of closed down, and there's not that much energy flowing through us, and maybe not that much connection in our lives, and maybe it's a lot more time talking to a screen than a human being. And so this practice of like throwing the sticks back and forth and getting our whole body engaged and really feeling the joy of this present moment with another human, I think that that is just, I know that that is energizing, and that it feels good, and it helps us stay healthy and stay alive and stay connected and able to like relate to each other. So it's really a big gift to me every time I get to share that, whether it's like we just played here for a few minutes, and I play with little kids at the farmers market later today, or CEOs or whoever it is. Yeah, it's a joy, and it's fun, and it's great to like hear people express the transformation that they experience when they play. Yeah.
Oh, download, Peace Sticks download. I love it. Yeah, I like that you talked about a holistic framework for work. Like one game can cover like all kinds of bases, like connection, play, breath work, qigong, learning about yourself and the other, and just, yeah, and it probably ripples out in more ways than just that. So yeah, it's a really great thing that you've discovered.
Yeah,
I think it's really fun and unique.
Yeah.
I have more like questions about like you personally. Just it sparked a question, like, yeah, you said you're learning every time from the experience, and like I wonder like what gifts in yourself, or what your specific learning has been through it. Like, for example, when we were doing the breathing and looking into each other's eyes, like you notice, for me, I noticed like where I was like holding, or where, like you really see somebody when you're that close and that present with somebody.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if there's anything interesting that stands out to you that you've learned through doing that over and over with people.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, that's actually probably a very unique experience that I've had in this lifetime, because when we develop that opening ceremony where we put the sticks between our hands and we look into each other's eyes and take 3 breaths, and that's how we start. I've done that with like maybe thousands of people, from like little 3-year-old kids at the market to whoever it might be. And sometimes I've never talked to the person before. Sometimes it's just a workshop and it's someone new, and that's the first thing we do together is like look into each other's eyes. And I was thinking of when we were in Boulder, Utah, we worked with this group of inner city youth from LA who had been incarcerated. And so I remember doing it with some of them, and it's like, when you look into someone's eyes, there is that, it's like you're kind of people say the eyes are the windows to the soul, but in some ways it's almost like someone can see into everything you've seen. You know, it's like they're looking into your experience and you're looking into their experience, and it's all present there in our eyes when we really relax into it. And I think that the beauty and like the gift in that is to look into each other's eyes with complete acceptance, and that it's like every human being has probably seen things that they don't want anyone to know that they've seen, or felt things, or thought things, or did things, you know, that maybe people feel guilty about, or shame, or they feel pain or trauma. Like almost everyone has some of that, you know, or a lot of that. And when we come together and look into each other's eyes, I always practice just being in a state of complete acceptance. Like, I'm accepting of you here now as you are. And in that energy of pure acceptance, when I throw these sticks to you, I'm going to like treat you like the light, you know, like you are the light of God here alive in a body, and so am I. And I'm gonna love you and care for you every time I throw these sticks, and like I don't hold any judgment on you, and I'm just gonna like share energy with you as authentically as I can. And I think that that is really special, you know, for a lot of people, because it is common in this culture to have some self-judgment, you know, or to not want to be seen, or to think that every time we interact with a human being, they're against us, or they don't want us to do good, because most of the things we've been taught and the games we've played are about competition, where you actually want the other person to lose and you want to be better than them. So there's this kind of like motive to actually like want each other to fail or something, you know, where this game I think is a really beautiful paradigm shift, because it's about collaboration. And so I actually want you to like learn as much as you can and do it, keep getting better, because every time you do, it's going to be more fun for me. And so it's like we have a mutual incentive to help each other and to grow and to improve. And yeah, I feel like that energy is what is needed on the earth right now, because I think of how much energy is wasted by humans being against each other, you know, by building weapons or saying a mean thing about someone, or all these crazy things that human beings do because they have a belief or a thought, or they're in a system that says we're against each other, we can't trust each other, this person's bad, and this whole like giant game that's really false, you know. Like when you look at nature, everything is like interconnected and mutually beneficial, and I think that it's a really natural way to be with a human being, and it feels good. And from that place of being in harmony and connection, there's a lot of power to create, you know, and then we can create more things of that energy that are going to bless more people and the planet. And so I think that's something that we've been practicing as we work together with the nonprofits. Is like, okay, let's just come together and really genuinely tune into how we can help each other and have fun doing it, you know, being a good energy. So I hope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, collaboration's where it's at.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of work to undo all of the old paradigm stuff of like, I feel like it's, yeah, do you ever feel like it's too hard, or like it's like the mission of peace and collaboration it's really hard to get through to people, or does it feel like you're living it, and it's following you wherever you go, and you're making it happen because you're embodying it, or do you see there's a lot of work to be done?
Both are true. I mean, I think that the nature of this practice has actually opened so many doors and made it easy in a lot of ways. It's like created this opportunity, because you know, almost any two humans, when they come together, but especially if it's about like a job opportunity or something like this, the egos are like always involved, of someone thinking like, okay, well, I want this person to hire me, so I want them to think that I'm good and this and this and this, and this person's like, okay, well, we want to get like a good deal from this person. And so they come together, and there's like already all these beliefs that are kind of blocking them from just being like present and seeing each other as equals, as one. So I have experienced a lot of challenge of like having this inspiration to bring this practice into the world, and sometimes hitting closed doors of like things where like, oh man, I know this is gonna be awesome here, and they're like, no, sorry, we don't have the funding, or we don't have the time, or no, all the excuses because people are busy doing whatever they're doing,
Competing.
or competing, or not having the funding,
Yeah.
or the funding is in all the wrong places, where it's like, okay, here's all these schools, and I know like every time we've gone to a school it's been amazing, but probably 90% of the time we ask a school, they go, oh, we don't have any funding. But then it's like, the one time I did a corporate team building for like this big bank, it was like, they paid me probably like 20 times what any school would have paid me. And for them, it's like, oh, it's nothing, And it's like, that's weird. Like, how is it that the door is closed to go teach these kids because there's no money in the school, So, there's some funny things happening on planet Earth right now around where the money goes. Like, we know there's a lot of money going towards like war and weapons, and that whatever they want to do, oh good, it's time to like test another missile. Great, we only need $4 billion. Let's do it. Where then it's like, hey, let's go help these kids and bring them some organic food. And they're like, oh, sorry, we don't have a budget. But I mean, you could come for free. But like, so that I've hit that experience a lot of times. But every time that the door's been open, it's been really good, and it always like overflows into more good things. So I just followed the open doors, and I think right now is an exciting time because like a new door is opening, partly in our collaboration, and it's the first year that we really have started to operate as a nonprofit and apply for grants, and that's just a beautiful new opportunity, because here's this money, and that money can then open the doors to the people in the places where it was closed. And so then I can get a grant, and I can call the school and be like, hey, it's free, we got it covered by this grant. All you have to do is say yes, we're going to show up and provide this awesome peace leadership program to your whole student body, and bring some organic food for them, and really help your teachers learn how to teach it, and it's all free. And then the chance of them saying yes is a lot higher, and so the rivers get to flow. So I'm excited to be in this new arena of writing grants and receiving money to do this work on Mother Earth. Peace.
Mic drop. Yes, I love that you shared that example about the bank and the school, and the new opportunity of grants through our collaboration. And it sounds like you've already done a lot of work to get through to some places and had a lot of good experiences where you got to see how people respond to peace sticks. And that with this new grant writing, and it's like just like a next level of getting more in the field, and exposure, and opportunity to serve more. And it'll just keep building. And if you're out there and you know anyone who offers grants through foundations or family funds, family foundations, just let them know there's a good opportunity here. We're always seeking funding for our mission, because as he said, it's underfunded. Peace and organic food and collaboration is it hasn't been the way of the past. It's more of an inertia of the opposite, and so we're doing our best to bring like a counterbalance into the world of health and vitality, and your practice really brings that health and vitality. I can feel it when I do it. What are your current projects, and how can the audience support and get involved?
Well, one of the projects that I'm really excited about right now is creating an online teacher training course for Peace Sticks. I've done several live teachings, and they've always been really awesome. And within the last year, I've had people reaching out from quite a few different places around the world, France, Turkey, Crete, different areas, and people wanting to teach Peace Sticks and bring it into different arenas. So I'm excited to make this online training course that anyone around the world can watch and go a lot deeper into the methodology that we use in a group Peace Sticks teaching, because yeah, through doing hundreds of these, a lot of really useful techniques have arrived that help any group of people come into a state of harmony and connection and sharing. And it's kind of like it's a process, and there's certain energetic spaces that a facilitator can create that make it really easy for people to relax, to feel connected, and to learn something new and share about their experience. Um, and really, kind of like all of those are parts of what I feel is this new paradigm of collaboration, because in an average conversation, oftentimes there's actually a power struggle of like who's trying to say more or be right or dominate, and who talks the most. And a lot of, or when people are learning something new, there might be subtle competition of like someone wanting to say, oh yeah, I'm doing better than this person, or oh look, they didn't do that, all this weird stuff. So when we do a Peace Sticks teaching, it's about creating this energy field that feels really safe for everyone to be themselves, to learn something new and share about it. And there's also a lot of specific techniques that I've learned that help people come into the state of flow, because oftentimes when someone starts to throw these two sticks for the first time, they might have certain thoughts in their minds that are limiting them. They might have limitations in their body. They might have limitations in how they're connecting with this other person. And so sometimes simple suggestions like, okay, just let your body relax. Okay, bend your knees. Every time you throw it, bend your knees. And throw the stick always in the way that's going to help your friend catch it. And every time that's going to be a little bit different, because you're going to have a different relationship. So you're always tuning into that exact moment, where they are, how they're moving, and how you can throw that stick with the perfect amount of energy and location to help your friend. And they might not think about that. They might just be throwing the sticks, and it's harder to get into a flow. So there's a lot of things that we've learned that are incorporated into that teacher training that I'm excited to share, to help people around the world, one, have more fun and more fluidity and connection while they're playing, and to do the workshops and help bring other people into that good energy. So I'm excited about that. And the other project that we've been developing is a youth peace leadership project, where we go into schools and do a Peace Sticks demonstration and a little talk about wellness and life force and collaboration. Partly, addressing some of the challenges that a lot of the youth are facing, of like too much screen time and bullying and a sense of isolation and malnutrition, all these things that are challenges. So to come in as like a dose of really good energy and inspirational energy for them to live from their heart, and to put good things in their body, and to treat each other nicely, and to have fun. So going into a series of schools, and then from those schools opening this opportunity for the children and the teachers and staff that feel really inspired to go deeper and become facilitators, to come to these meetup groups where we go deeper into these ideas, and also how to play Peace Sticks, so that they then can be facilitators. And spread peace sticks. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. We've been writing some grants for that, and it also includes like providing organic food and doing some environmental work, like planting trees and going into nature. So I went to one school in like inner city Los Angeles. This was a few years ago. And yeah, it was just a really, really hard situation. Like their school was like in this block, and on like the corners of the block were liquor stores, and people just really cracked out, and just like you could just tell, wow, this is like a place where people are suffering. And the school had like no trees, no grass. It was just like these huge fences and like concrete, and that was the school. And so we went and we did pea sticks there, and we had a really good time. And I also, we also brought organic food that day, but just the standard food that the people are being provided in these areas is, and a lot of times it's basically toxic. It's actually causing harm to their bodies, and they're in an environment surrounded by concrete. So yeah, to be able to go and bring some good energy to these areas and these children is really feels good, and the cool thing is, like, the children there were so bright, so much energy, so curious, so excited to learn and do something, which is just this beautiful sign that it's like, even though there's a lot of like challenging situations on earth, like, human beings and especially children are so resilient and adaptable that it's kind of like, there's concrete and a little drip from a faucet, and all of a sudden this plant is just like busting through the concrete and growing and has a beautiful flower. Even though like the situation was like the hardest it could be, the life force is stronger. So sometimes we just need to come and like give a little bit of good water or some good food or a hug or presence and like help those seeds grow. So I'm excited to do that more.
That's so beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I'm always amazed when you share just different stories, because it's like you've had so many interesting experiences that are really show what this work can do. And even that metaphor with the water and the concrete is so, like, you can see it, you can feel it. Like, yeah. And I feel like this movement that we're part of, like, you're bringing, like, just bringing storytelling and even music and things like that really invigorate people and connect people are really there. So thanks. And also, from what you said, I'm gonna make a link for World Peace Tribe. I can do multiple like fundraisers through this platform, and we can put the link for your movement and write like the specific things you might be looking for, like someone to edit film or some things that need volunteer work or contributions in that way. So we can link that below, and then you can look at what he's needing for the projects and plug in where you feel called to. Yeah. So at Springboard Connectivity, we feed children so they can focus in school. Like you were touching on that kids or people are eating toxic foods, and then they're just kind of harming their bodies, and if they're in a bad environment, they really can't operate to their highest ability. If you want to say any more about like how nutrition and education, quality of these two things, and play, how does that contribute to our peace building process? Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Nutrition is like the foundation of biology, nature, life itself, right? Everything's eating and drinking some stuff and going through these life processes. And this has been my analogy for a long time. Like, if you have like a Ferrari, you're not gonna go put like gas with a bunch of dirt in the tank, because you know that it's gonna break down. Or you're not gonna put something in there. You're gonna go, oh, this is my Ferrari. Like, this is the best car ever. I want to put the best fuel in there because then it's gonna run good and it won't break. Yeah. So it's kind of that simple. And like a human body is like, one of the most miraculous things ever created. It's so miraculous and has so much ability to do like infinite things. And yes, we need to nourish our body with good fuel. And I think for most of life on Earth, that has been pretty simple because it's like coming from nature and going back to nature. And it's really only in the recent, century or two that like we started taking the food out of nature and processing it and adding chemicals and doing all this crazy stuff and putting it in a bag and putting it on a shelf for a year before someone finally eats it because they watched the commercial 20 times and with the red dye, and they're like, oh, this is good, and like then they can't focus and they're bouncing off the walls and want to watch some violent stuff and like drink alcohol and watch more TV while they eat their chips, and what, you've seen it too probably. So yeah, I know that organic food is like a holistic solution to so many issues because one, if you grow organic food, then like the farmers are safe and all the water and the animals and the plants and the earth in that area are safe. And then when the people go to eat it, the food is going to have way more life force energy and you don't have the chemicals. And then when whatever waste goes back into the earth, that's good compost. So, and I mean, organic is maybe even getting a little overused, that there's a lot more to it than just being organic. It's like important that we're actually growing a diversity of plants and that we're really tuning into that piece of the earth and what is ideal for the whole ecosystem there when we grow the food. And the more that we do that, the more vibrant the food becomes because the food, you know, it's made out of the earth it's growing in and the air that it's breathing and the water that comes there. So the more pure and alive all of those are, the more vibrant the food, the more like alive and vibrant the food is that we put in our body, the more alive and vibrant we are. And then everything that we want to do, from like anything we want to think about, anytime we want to talk, anytime we want to run, whatever it is that we're going to do, it's going to be that much easier and with that much more like precision and perfection when we put good energy into our body. And so, yeah, I really see that as one of like the keys to peace on earth because I think every school really could be growing. I think it'd be great for every school, every kid to be growing food at their school. You know, growing it, harvesting it, composting, making some food to eat. You know, having fruit trees in the schoolyard that they can go pick a piece of fruit off.
Yeah.
Have a compost pile. Because I think that is like, yeah, that's almost like our primary connection to the greater, to source. It's like, oh, I know where this apple came off of this tree and I've watered this tree and like I sit and I play in this tree and it's just like so much different than, you know, like driving your car to Vaughn's and buying something processed and frozen in a bag and having no idea where it came from or what it is and not feeling good afterwards. So yes, lots of good food for everyone. Yeah, and that's kind of been at one of the original like peace practices of World Peace Tribes when I first opened our peace center in Nicaragua. And it was just like this little shack on the beach and we started making peace sticks with the kids. And so I thought, okay, well now this is our peace center, you know, this is a center for world peace. So what do we do at a peace center? And I thought, well, the easiest way to like make peace with anyone is to share some food. You know, it's like that applies to all the animals and pretty much any human being. Like if you just give someone a nice piece of food, they're your friend, you know. They're like, oh yeah, this person cares about me. I'll go see them again tomorrow. Like they might have more good food. So that's what we started doing. We just started like, I would go to the big mercado, the open market, and buy like, you know, I don't know, 40 bananas and some big watermelons and pineapples. And anytime anyone came, I just like give them food. And so that's been a part of all the different events that we've done and the different work that we've done in Sumatra and Peru with the Shipibo tribe, and I'm going to do that today when I go to the farmers market. And it's just, you know, it's fun and you really do make friends. You really feel connected to people, and especially like giving fruit to like a little kid. You know, at the farmers market there's all these little kids and you just give them a little apple and they're like, thank you, you know, and so much joy comes out of that process of sharing food. So it's a good one, and it's something cool because anyone could do it, you know. Like if you have a couple extra dollars or you grew a little bit extra of something, like just give a nice piece of fruit to someone one day and you'll see, they'll be happy, you'll be happy, you might become best friends. Give it a go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I needed you to speak to my passions of food security and sovereignty and like that primal thing of like we all need to eat. So if we're sharing that first with each other, we will be happier with each other.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so I wanted to ask you more about the peace centers. I'm glad you brought it up, and I see that as a really great connection point for us because I'm working on planting fruit trees in as many locations that don't have enough food as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so would love to collaborate with fruit trees wherever your peace centers are.
Yeah.
And do you want to share any more about the vision for the peace centers, or?
Yeah, I can share a little bit. Yeah, it's so good that we share that. And yes, and I was like thinking about, you know, crypto and AI and all this stuff and all these investment opportunities, and everyone, you know, I've had sometimes in my life where I felt like for a couple days everyone I saw was like, oh, did you hear about Bitcoin? Oh yeah, I got this. Oh, I should have put it in. And they're all like, you know, emotional about the investment and when I really tuned in, I'm like, well, what is the best investment you could make on planet Earth? And I was like, well, I think it's buying some seeds and planting them, because you know, you might get a seed for free from a piece of fruit you ate, or you buy a little pack of organic seeds for $2 with 100 seeds in it. But like, if you plant one apple tree with one seed, it might give you like 10,000 apples, like literally through its lifetime.
Right.
10,000 apples, and it was only one seed.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good
That's
investment,
Bitcoin.
you know? That's like a really, really good investment.
Yeah.
And so I think, you know, planting food and planting trees is like one of the best things we can do on the planet. You know, that it's like, and it's something beautiful that my parents did. Like, we always had fruit trees, and like every year my mom plants more trees. And when you go to her yard, you literally can walk through the yard and pick food always, any time of year. You know, she's pretty much growing like every type of fruit tree that will grow in this climate. And so that's one of the things that I really feel passionate about with the Peace Centers is planting fruit trees, medicinal trees, plants, and we've been doing that at the Unicawa, the center in Peru, and it's been really fun. The last time we were there, some of the people there donated money to buy the trees, and then we planted each tree like for a member of their family and painted a little sign. And that was really like a cool gift to the family to say, hey, we just planted a tree here for you, and it's this type of tree. And you know, planting trees, something about it actually feels really good. Like that day that we came together and planted the trees, there was some sort of just like fulfillment, you know, a very strong sense of fulfillment of doing that process and doing it together and having fun. Like, we were playing music while we did it. So that's a huge part of the Peace Centers. And the other thing that we do at the World Peace Tribe Peace Centers is make peace sticks out of the different trees from those areas, and then paint them with the art from the culture. So like in Peru, they're doing a lot of Shipibo art. This stick was actually made in Indonesia, and this one is burned, and this is like an Indonesian tribal pattern. So each place that we're making sticks, we really encourage the people to share their local art and their culture through the art. And we paint a lot of animals. I mean, really, you could paint anything you want on a peace stick, and something with some good energy. But that's been a really simple grassroots way to support the families and communities around the Peace Center, to pay them to make the peace sticks and plant the trees. And then we sell the peace sticks at our different teachings and on our website, and then with that money we can use that to buy more seeds, or pay them to make more peace sticks, or buy other things that we might need at a peace center, such as like a well. We're raising funds for a well right now, or solar panels, or whatever the need might be for life to be nourished in those places. And the peace centers are also educational centers where when we go there, we're learning. You know, we might be learning about the trees or the medicinal plants or that culture, or we might learn how to do a certain project of like doing an earth building project. So there are places where people from around the world can come to learn and to share, and go back to their place and share what they've learned. And I see it like a cross-pollination, because there's so many skills that we can learn right now of how to help nature and help each other. And it's like the more we do that, the faster we do that, the quicker we can heal and regenerate nature and human beings. So So like the more skills each person knows,
Yes.
and the more they share those skills,
Yep.
and the knowledge, then it just goes easier and easier.
Mm-hmm.
I think, one of the simple examples I like about that is, it's like if you've learned one thing, you can teach one thing. And so like if you've never had a goji berry before, and someone comes up and be like, hey, check this out, this is a goji berry, it's organic, it's an adaptogen, it's got super high vitamin C, they're really good, maybe. And so you eat the little goji, you're like, oh, this is good, maybe this is better for me than the Skittles. Now I'm going to eat goji berries instead of Skittles. Now you could go share that with anyone you want, hey, check, you want a goji berry? There's goji berry, it's an adaptogen, and all of a sudden, like, millions of people have switched out their Skittles for goji berries. But that could happen with anything, so it's just like, it's good to know how simple transformation can be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yay! I love the Peace Center idea because it is that holistic way towards peace. Like you're doing everything there. You're having a business. You're having art. Your education, like food. Like it's all in one place. It's like a center where peace can flourish. Like peace can ripple out into the world because all the needs are met. Like you have everything. You're nourished on every level.
Yeah.
So I love that. Thank you for that vision. Do you want to say anything else?
I have one more idea to share about Peace Center. So, like when we started our first Peace Center in Nicaragua, it was literally like just this little like brick shack on the beach. That was our Center for World Peace. And it was really good to start it like that because I realized like all you need to have a peace center really is the intention for it to be a peace center. This could be a peace center right here. Here we are sitting in the park. Well, this is a Center for World Peace.
Right.
I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna bring some food, gonna pass a talking stick, gonna give hugs, gonna talk about something, planting trees. This is now a Center for World Peace. You don't really need anything except the intention, maybe a peace stick and a banana. You can
I like that.
and then let it grow from there, Like we could come here tomorrow with the bananas and then we play a little music and some peace sticks and a few people come, and then the next time they bring some friends and they bring some watermelons, and the next time people, bring some seeds or bring some money and we go buy something and we plant some trees, and next thing you know, we've got a whole peace center. So really you can make a peace center in your house, your bedroom, in a park. All you got to do is just start one.
Oh, I love that. That's genius. Yeah, I mean, exactly. The intention, and then you build on it. Right? Yeah. And Ojai is an official International City of Peace.
Yeah,
so we are literally
in
a peace center. And that's probably why it comes so naturally, maybe. Because the people here have already cultivated that, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our encouragement to you to just start your peace center where you are right now, within yourself.
We'll sponsor you.
We will sponsor
We'll send you a banana and some peace sticks.
Yeah. We'll send peace sticks. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
What is the biggest shift you believe humanity needs to make in order to create sustainable peace and regeneration?
It's funny, the first thing that actually came to my mind right now was the work of Marshall Rosenberg of nonviolent communication. It's not the whole answer to this, but that connects into basically how we talk to ourselves and to other people, because how we talk to ourselves and other people creates our belief systems. And if you have a belief system that's using judgments, that creates limitation. And so if you have doing that to yourself, then you're limiting your potential, your expression through the judgments and through the fear of other people judging you. And you might be judging other people, which ultimately creates this like fear and separation and a sense of limitation and doubt within what you can do. And so as world peace is created by, a bunch of human beings, it does start from the inside of clearing out those judgments and being in a sense of like acceptance and gratitude for your life, and a knowing that you are powerful. You are a creative being, you know, just like everything we see was created. That same force created us, and we are also given that power to create, you know, and we create through our visions and our words and our intentions and our actions. And knowing that is like a starting place, that you can create, you know, anything. And then knowing that your nature is also to help other things grow. And that's like the only way I'm growing is because everything is helping me grow. You know, like my mom, when I was in the belly, giving me food, and people giving me water, and you know, all of it. It's like I'm alive. I'm able to do everything I'm able to do because I've been nourished by so many other people and things. And that's like every one of us is like that. And so then we realize, like, oh yeah, it is natural for me to nourish. It's natural for me to nourish my friends, my community, and the earth where I live. And then once we tune into that flow, we start to reconnect. Instead of being isolated and cut off from the life force and the joy of giving and receiving, we start to like reconnect to the ecosystem. And we go every day like, hey, what can I give? Oh, I'm gonna give some apples, or I'm gonna give a hug, or a smile, or a hi, or a video, or whatever. You're gonna start giving. And give with that joy, and that it's naturally going to come back to you, and that we don't so much need to worry or be in that competitive mindset of like, oh, people are going to take advantage of me if I give. It's, you know, it's much more natural, liberating to just say, I'm alive, so I will give. And when we do that, it naturally comes, you know, and we naturally start to get that balanced give and receive. And the more that that's flowing, the more energized we are, the better we feel. Then it becomes natural for us to be kind, to be nice to each other, and to find solutions to situations by collaborating. And so I think that I know that that creates peace because I've seen it work again and again and again, you know, and it's like it's working right now with us. We're doing it with each other, right?
Yeah.
We're just passing energy back and forth and talking, and we're both smiling, and it's fun, and like there's no no issues here.
Aww.
So I feel like that's a good key, and like it doesn't matter so much the exact thing that your gift is, to just like whatever you feel, whatever is exciting to you, or whatever comes to you. But and also the more we tune into just the sensation, the experience of being alive, that will help us. You know, it's like anytime your mind's going, I don't know what to do, then just like breathe and be like, okay. Okay, I'm breathing. Just be grateful that we're breathing. Be grateful to give someone a hug, and just like tune into life as it is in this moment, and it's naturally going to unfold to the next moment and the next moment. And that's really like the essence of playing peace sticks, is that I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to get to something. I don't need to get a certain number of goals or points or anything. There's nothing I need to get to. I just need to be present with what's happening now. Oh, the stick is here. Or now it's here. Now it's here. And I don't know in advance where they're going to come or what my body's going to do. I just do what's happening the best I can do it. And now I do what's happening. And so I'm, in a sense, staying connected to that present moment, and it all unfolds perfectly. I didn't have to have a plan. I didn't need to worry about it. I just do it and just stay present with it. And I think that even the evolution of the project of World Peace Sticks has been a lot like that, where it's like I don't necessarily know how every kid in every school around the world is going to get to the point of playing Peace Sticks, but I feel it's possible. But all I do is just go like, okay, well, today I can go to the Ojai Farmers Market and play Peace Sticks with the 2 and 3-year-olds for an hour, so I'll go do that. You know? And then like from that, one of their parents might say, hey, I'm a superintendent of this school district, come teach all these schools. And it's like, and things like that have happened. So it's kind of nice to just go, okay, I'm just gonna like be present with what's happening, say yes to the opportunities that feel good in my life, and watch it unfold. And it's, you know, as we have visions and ideas and inspirations, to like tune into them and write it down, talk about it, like let it grow. And we might not always know exactly how we're going to go from here to here, but as we keep energizing it and giving our energy into it with the opportunities that come, it, yeah, seems to find a way usually. So that's good. And really, yeah, you know, I think when you look at world peace, I don't know, I guess maybe it's important, or it's kind of like obvious to like look around for a moment on planet Earth and go like, okay, we've got most of the resources on the Earth of human energy, of the money, going towards building weapons and bombs and military, a lot of things that are very hurtful. So if that's where we're at in this moment, and it's pretty off balance, and I think most people could say yes, it's off balance, then so let's just start balancing. You know, let's just put our consciousness, our awareness into creating the things that will balance it. And every single human that chooses that chooses, okay, instead of going to work for the army, I'm going to start a farm, or whatever it is. And we just focus and focus and focus on what we want to create. The energy is going to come away from this, and it's going to come into this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah, I know. That's just how it works. The energy goes where we focus our thoughts and our life. So I'm sure just from watching this, a lot more people are going to be focusing on world peace.
Yay! Thanks for sharing your wisdom. That was amazing. Really, truly. Yeah, there's a lot in there that it's like you covered it all. And it's really layered, like micro movements of thought and emotion, how to shift them to peace rather than fear or judgment, and then bigger things like actions and thought, and so,
Go to the
micro to the macro. So we're here just at the park. Feel free to come join us anytime. Reach out if you have ideas, questions, how you can collaborate, or just sharing what you're doing, so we can see where we all meet to create this peaceful Earth that we know is possible. So.
Yeah. If you haven't played Peace Sticks yet, I highly encourage it. And you can buy a pair of Peace Sticks off of our website, worldpeacetribe.com. You can also find a pair of sticks in nature. Just make them smooth, no sharp spots, kind of lightweight. Throw them with a lot of care to your friend. We've got a few videos on YouTube right now that give the basics of how to play, and then we'll let you know when the course is ready. But yeah, have fun, experiment. You know, we dropped some of the little experiments that we've done in our life that have been fun and had good results. So I just encourage, go out and experiment with life. You know, waving and smiling is a good way. Just like, hi, just do that to everyone you see. See what happens.
Smile. Remember to smile. Yeah.
All right, this has been really fun.
Yeah. Check out the links, but don't stay on the phone too long. Go play Peace Sticks.
Yeah. Peace Sticks is good for your eyes and your reflexes if you've been on the phone or the computer.
Yeah.
Because your eyes are muscles. You look at the same thing the same distance for a long time, they get like fatigued. So playing Peace Sticks, your eyes have to focus on things coming in and out. It's
there
really
you
good
go.
for us.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
Peace Sticks.
Peace.
Yeah. One trick that I've been telling people is to let your arm kind of go behind you and swing forward.
Yeah. It's hard to go there after. It's good. And then next one, make the wider.
When I drop it, you keep going. So I drop it, I just chill, catch it, go.
Nice. Do it at 5.
Yeah, because if I try to get it right away, then I can't do it. So I just chill, catch,
Right. What do you call that again? There's a special.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Peace. How do we end it?
Put them on the ground.
Okay.
Step in, step down.
Circle. Together. Deep breath. Up. Take it. Up. Bring the chin down. Up. Again. Looking for the button. So go down. Okay. Pumping into the mouth as well as deep breath. Center.